We created a multi-phase study to look at creating an addendum that is patient-centric to the informed consent form that is part of clinical trials. So we are halfway through. We've completed phases 1 and 2 right now. And so phase 1 was really, people get a sense that the informed consent form is long and difficult to read, but we wanted to be systematic and look at exactly where the problems are in the informed consent form. So we collected up a sample of 20 informed consent forms across lung cancer clinical trials. Most of them were for advanced non-small cell lung cancer, but we did have some for small cell and some oncogene-driven trials as well. And so we reviewed those using the Code of Federal Regulation requirements for informed consent forms from the US, not to see if they were compliant with those requirements, but really to take those pieces of critical information and look at them to see how accessible they are and how they're written for patients. The second phase was to talk to patients themselves to find out what they thought of a hypothetical informed consent form. And so we asked them what pieces of information would help them be informed that you could put on 1 or 2 pages. And so by creating a trifold or a 1 or 2 page sort of that addendum that goes with the informed consent form that has really critical key information that's in bullet points. The reading grade level is 8th grade reading level, so it's accessible. It has references to other parts, perhaps, of the informed consent form. So if people want more detailed information, they know it's on page 10, and they don't have to flip through and look for it. And by doing that, we think that that will help people be more informed when they have to come to the end of that form and sign off on it. I'm really excited actually to see where the next 2 phases go of the research that we're doing. So we'll be talking with other stakeholders and presenting the findings to them so that we can get their feedback, because there may be some things we don't see that might be a barrier to implementing such a addendum to the informed consent form. And then I'm really curious when we create a hypothetical trifold to sit down with patients and talk to them about it and get their feedback so that we can further refine it. But yeah, it's really nice to have patients involved in each step of the process so that we really are making sure that it's, that they're giving us information so that we can then utilize it and feed it back into the clinical trials.